Ah, I almost didn't see you there. The information explosion, the rapid increase in the amount of published information, a phenomenon that is ever increasing due to digital media.
Indeed, in the economy we live in, our attention has become a most sought-after commodity. So can be said in news. There's been an evolution in the way we access it, a result of information overload.
When I started, I worked in daily newspapers, and the expectation was our readers got the paper, read it over breakfast, maybe had 15, 20 minutes to read it. So we would present stories. We might have 700-800 word stories. We'd have pictures, headlines, maybe some information panels, and people would pore over, anyone's story. Over the years, that changed. People became less and less willing to spend a lot of time on a story. Story lengths were sort of drastically shortened to sort of maybe 400 words, so halved. We tried to introduce more, bullet points. So for those people who just wanted to get the 3 main points, headlines would be snappier. So there's always been that kind of attempt to understand what the reader wanted and how can we give them what they want.
Choosing your news is like choosing where to go for your lunch break. So many choices and so little time. Knowing how to feed an appetite for news is paramount to the attention economy. Media outlets are having to adapt to the way consumers' interactions are changing.
With the internet, you've probably only got a headline to grab people's attention. So the headline has to be something that is compelling, still accurate, but is enough for them out of all the headlines that they can see, one that they will click on. So the headline's much more important than it used to be. It's not even how we present the story on our website. It's increasingly whether or not people are sharing it on their Facebook pages.
Technology forecaster Paul Sappho spoke of a media bubble, a personal space where we can access content that aligns with our own views. People have the ability to create their own newspaper, to click the articles they want. One can now be as informed or as ignorant as they please.
People will choose how they get their information in a very personalised way. So I don't think anymore that brands, if you like the press, will be able to say, right, this is who we are, you come to us, we have to go to you. And so I think individuals will say, well, this is what I'm getting, and I subscribe to Sports Illustrated and a motoring magazine and a rugby feed, and maybe a little bit of news from the press and a bit of social gossip from my mates, and it'll come to me the way I want it.
It seems there's been a big change in the way we digest our news, but news outlets aren't the only ones competing in an information explosion. We spoke with advertising creative Chris Williams about how his game has changed.
Nowadays, there's endless TV channels, radio stations, print options, magazine options, outdoor, etc., etc. And then you haven't even started to think about the internet by this stage. So what this means is that people have a very wide media repertoire, and there's no one or two options that are going to give you the kind of reach that you used to get. Convergence is going to be the thing, and then great ideas will always win through.
Throughout Christchurch City, we've seen many ideas, some definitely bigger than others. The future of our attention is certainly unclear, but one thing's for sure, it takes a special sort to stop you in your tracks. Barnaby Clark, Metro News.